I think she just really likes Kung Lao. I think that's just her favorite Mortal Kombat character. She had an idea.
She was mad. She wanted to go home and grind, dude.
First Lady Melania Trump
is top 500 in the world.
She stays up till 3 in the morning playing Marvel Rivals. She's a secret gamer.
Imagine, that'd be
wild. God, that's amazing. We don't need a Black Widow right now. Swap off. I don't know how to start this. Why is this the hardest fucking part of the show, man?
Because we don't have like an intro.
We don't have an intro.
We have an intro. It's a whole fucking edited thing.
But
that took hours to make.
Not
we
like
don't have a fan base to call like, hey.
It's not like
They're called the friendos.
welcome.
Hey,
we don't have that
friendos.
kind
Welcome
of.
back, friendos.
I say that, but no, it's not fun to do.
I mean, you could do like a. I mean, you could do like a
You
Bruce
get an
Buffer.
egg and a plate, and then you just crack the egg on the plate, and then be like, "Welcome, Mr. Joystick," and then leave the egg there and don't mention it for the rest of the episode.
If you don't go upstairs and get an egg and do exactly that,
welcome to the Joystick Show. I don't know where we started, but it was definitely somewhere before that egg plate shit.
I mean, I think you definitely need to go by the end of this episode. We need egg on this table.
Do that.
But you know,
bro, you want me to waste an egg?
Eggs are expensive right now.
I'll go buy eggs. Yeah.
Don't worry, Donald Trump will fix that.
Anyway, welcome to the Joystick Show, a show that has nothing to do with eggs.
Sure.
A show that has to do with 4 millennials who like to talk about pop culture and things going on in their lives.
Correct.
I'm Bobby.
Dylan.
Joey.
Egg.
Jerry's the funny guy.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a fun one. Before we get started, it would help us a great deal if you can go ahead and like this episode of the Joystick Show. Oh my God, we're at 224. Who'd have thought?
Wow.
And go ahead and subscribe to Team Joystick to make us feel good, fill our bellies with lots of happiness and joy. All right. I think it's only natural that we start with the fact that we have a brand new president. Mm-hmm. And you look like you want to say something.
I was just going to say now that Trump has put all of DEI on paid leave, I would like to announce that I have been removed from the Joystick Show from here on forward.
And you're Secretary of the Treasury now?
Well, no, it's that I was...
Oh, you're the DEI.
I was the diversity...
Was, yeah.
Not only was I the DEI, I was also the diversity hire here at Joystick.
God, if you think about it, we were way ahead of our time.
Yeah, so, it was great being here, guys.
And paid leave isn't bad. You know?
It's not great.
What are you going to be doing on your downtime?
Just thinking about how I can be included in things.
Just thinking about how things could be more diverse.
Yeah. We could be more equal around here.
Yeah, but shout out to Donald Trump, who is now our 47th president.
Yeah.
He's back at it again.
Take that, Grover Cleveland.
He first day in started signing bills left and right. You know, he says he's gonna declassify documents to the JFK assassination and the MLK assassination.
He's been saying that. Aliens.
He said he's gonna fucking take the United States out of the World Health Organization. He's
changed the Gulf of Mexico.
He said that he's putting the Power Rangers in the front lines of Afghanistan to defend our country.
Right.
So homie's just getting to work out there. But I wanted to talk about the inauguration.
Okay.
I had off that day. In all fairness, I did not plan to watch it, but it was just one of those weird recipes for disaster where I was, breakfast was finished.
Right, you can't look away.
Sitting at the desk, and I was like, I gotta be part of this, right?
Also, for some reason, I thought it was gonna be like later in the day because I really wasn't following it. And then when I realized that the time it was, and that on MLK Day, which I know is like there's an irony there somewhere, but I'm not gonna reach for it. I was like really shocked that I was like on my trip, and then I checked my phone, and people were like, "Oh, it's happening." I was like, "Oh shit! Oh, all right."
Yeah.
Early.
So the first thing I'll note is I know that like when we refer to the separation of church and state, that goes more to the legality sense and things like that.
Yeah.
But there was like an odd number of religious shit happening at this inauguration to the point where I was like, I don't know. I think it's like fine if you're like a president to have like whatever religion you follow have like a religious official come and bless you to some degree, right? Mm-hmm. But to give you perspective, at the beginning of the inauguration, they had like a religious bishop or something come up and talk on behalf of Joe Biden, and then they had like a white reverend or something come and talk on behalf of Donald Trump.
Oh,
And
it
then-
was definitely like 8 to 12 figures of the church.
Yeah, and then after that, they brought in a white priest, a Jewish rabbi, and a black reverend, all to give like individual blessings to Donald Trump for 4 years. And I was like, this is weird as fuck. It felt very culty.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I was really, don't get me wrong, I was trying to give it as much credit as I could, right? I was like, yeah, this is normal. This is normal.
The
this is
one.
not normal anymore.
The one or the two.
Yeah.
Trump
Two
will now
priests is
drink
the norm.
herbs made and melted by the sun.
Yeah, that was
The
what I was
only one I
fucking
saw
expecting.
was that like super like soulful like white guy. he was like, and Jesus. he was going in.
There was a lot of big names there. A lot of people made notice that a lot of former presidents there. You had Bill Clinton sitting with Hillary, George sitting with Laura, and then you had Barack. But where was Michelle? And at first people were speculating that it was because she doesn't stand for this bullshit. And now people are speculating that it's because Barack slept with Jennifer Aniston,
That is
the best friend.
wild.
I don't
So,
understand where that came from.
I don't know either, but I'm here for it. I'm just I'm ready for a shake.
You're
I
here.
did
You're
some-
here for the
I'm here for some
online
news.
abuse.
I did some research on it. Apparently, it's been a rumor since like late 2024, and because of this, it like sparked right back up. Like, it's true. It's what I tell you.
I was watching Murder Mystery 2, and I gave her a call. I said, Jennifer.
I like to think it was The Blind Side, and he teared up a bit.
Dead.
He watched her
What's
winning
that movie
speech.
where she's pretending to be a mom and she's selling drugs with like a family of 4?
We're the Millers. I saw that movie for the first time last week. Yeah,
What?
9.5 out of 10.
Bobby, that movie's on TV like every day. Like, what do you mean?
hilarious.
Referenced a lot.
Yeah.
I think at that time I wasn't really watching movies, but yeah, fucking hilarious. But yeah, a lot of big names. There was also John Fetterman, who, if you know, is the senator of Pennsylvania, who showed up in a hoodie and basketball shorts.
Bro, that's what he shows up in.
Yeah, it's the Fetterman,
that's
but
the
you'd
thing.
think he'd show up a little bit more decked out for the inauguration. Nah, like 35 degrees. Homie came out like,
With
nah,
basketball shorts,
we're
yeah.
chilling.
Ridiculous.
Also, you had all the tech billionaires, which was fucking insane.
Yeah.
But allow me to speak real quick to my favorite part of the inauguration. It was by far the best part. After Donald Trump's speech, after he finishes, they bring out Carrie Underwood, who's gonna sing "America the Beautiful" with the help of like the Marine Choir or whatever, right? So Carrie Underwood comes in. She's escorted by this Marine in dress blue. She stands at the front. She puts the mic to her mouth, and then technical difficulties for like a solid 45 seconds at least. So she's just standing there frozen, looking mad awkward. People are looking at each other. But everybody has like this straight face on, right? Like they're waiting, like it's this big official thing. I'm in my chair dying laughing because this shit is so funny. I'm envisioning the memes of what's like people are gonna put in and play like as she's about to sing and shit like that. And then out of nowhere, the camera pans over to behind fucking where like Joe Biden is sitting, and everyone in frame, right? Joe Biden, Jill Biden, Barack Obama, George Bush, Laura Bush, Hillary Clinton, they're all, stoic. Bill Clinton is laughing his ass off.
Yeah, he's fucking
It was
dying.
the funniest thing. Like me and Bill were like the only people in that moment that thought it was the funniest shit ever, man.
Bill.
But
Yeah,
bro, what a
man.
fucking joke of an event that was, and I'm saying this half jokingly, but I'm ready to see what the next 4 years are gonna be about because it's gonna be interesting. I'll say that.
There was
I think Bill agrees.
I had a bet that Creed was gonna perform. I got to take the L on that.
Damn.
We got the Reverends, we got Carrie Underwood, but we did not get Creed.
It's only fair, right? We started this podcast when Biden started his presidency. We got to do another 4 for Trump, and then after that, I'll run for president.
Yeah, that's
That makes sense.
I'll be too busy to do this shit.
I heard he's trying to get a third term.
But the thing is like that's happened before. Like that, to give credit to, senators have tried that shit before with other presidents, where they're like, "Oh, this guy's amazing. Let's amend the Constitution. Let's give him a third try."
This is Trump now, and
It is scary. I give you that, but I don't
they'll
think
do it.
I
They'll
don't
do
think-
it. These people are culty enough to want to do it.
I don't know. I think there's some things that even the cultiest people will agree. Maybe we shouldn't touch that.
Whatchamacallit. You know what I thought was funny at the inauguration was Melania Trump's outfit. Someone said she looked like the gangsters from Tom and Jerry. that,
Oh
like,
yeah,
walk with
she
the
had
shoulders.
she had the Kung Lao hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was the people say that it was like a block so that she didn't actually have to kiss Trump. There's like
Yeah.
No, yeah, he goes to kiss her and she's
Yeah.
just like,
air kiss.
It's funny, man. It's funny how people try to lie to themselves. That his followers are always lying to themselves. Like, oh no, like She just didn't want to kiss him that day. It was like she hasn't kissed him ever, like in any of the speeches he's given.
Some of the excuses are really funny. It's like she could have just not wanted to kiss him.
They were like, "Oh, she's from a reserved culture."
Oh man,
she didn't want to give him his germs. She's sick.
I think she just really likes Kung Lao. I think that's just her favorite Mortal Kombat character. She had an idea.
She was mad. She wanted to go home and grind.
First Lady Melania Trump
is top 500 in the world.
She stays up till 3 in the morning playing Marvel Rivals. She's a secret gamer.
Imagine that'd be
wild. God, that's amazing. We don't need a Black Widow right now. Swap off. Oh shit. Anybody else? I have more. I don't want to be the guy that just fucking rambles.
I mean, I don't really have a lot to say. I was like, I don't know. I like when we planned to talk about this for about 15 minutes or so to start the podcast. I was putting shit through the joke wheel and nothing was coming out. I don't know what it is. Like it's the next 4 years are gonna be fucking hysterical. But I got, to be fair, like I got nothing. I got negativity right now.
Wow, you're just irate. You're angry.
I just got negativity. I wouldn't say anger or upset or any emotion. More of just being like, I wish I had more jokes. Gotcha. Like I feel like in 2018, I feel like I had mad jokes. I feel like with bald Mara Harris, I would have a lot of jokes right now, falling from the coconut tree. But you know. Jokes are jokes. We'll have more in February. You know?
We will, man.
There'll be more.
It's just Trump's gonna require.
I said that thing earlier about how we technically didn't have a podcast during Trump's presidency, and I'm starting to see the odd upside of that.
Yeah,
things to talk about.
I mean, next month when he makes sure that all of like the Secret Service members all have to drive the Oscar Mayer truck.
Yes.
Then I'm on board.
It's good to know I didn't have a not an official but an organized comedy career then, but now we've got a little base going. So prepare to be roasted, Donald Trump.
Yeah.
By the roast master.
You'll be shaking in your fucking boots, man.
Yeah, it's not me. I'm not that kind of comic. All right, I'm gonna swing it then. I've never done this before on the channel.
Yeah.
I've reviewed many things. I've reviewed movies. I've reviewed shows. I've reviewed songs. But I'm going to review something that I've yet to review.
That's wild. A fucking poem?
It's not, imagine, that'd be pretty high.
You're like, okay, I am reading fucking...
Break out a 5 stanza, Robert Frost.
Not even. Like, I was thinking like Chinese scroll, from like ancient fucking shit. The Ming Dynasty.
Shit. No, considering our podcast and more specifically the platform our podcast is on, I find it interesting that I have not taken the opportunity to review a YouTube channel. So that's what I'm going to do very, very quickly. It's not going to be a long tangent thing. I say that and then I'm probably going to go on to talk.
Okay, I'm curious.
So yes, allow me to elaborate. I'm throwing a game night in a week, which you guys know about. Pretty excited for that. It's going to be a nice little group of people. But I have like this weird stress about it where like I don't want to fuck it up. The last game night we had ended up being really fun. We actually played games and stuff. It was pretty cool. But I want to make sure that people are entertained, that people have a good time. I wanted to be, you know how it feels when you have people over, right? So I went onto YouTube and I just did a real blank search, just how to host a game night. And I got some mixed results. I got some sketches making fun of it. I got some like top 10 board games to play. And then I found a video that I'm absolutely in love with, okay? The video is called, and let me get the actual full video. Host a memorable game night with these ideas, okay? Simple title. Before I go any further, this may sound like I'm like, under the cover bashing her or like joking about it.
Roasting.
I love this woman. I'm not even kidding. Like I think she's fucking awesome, okay? The YouTube channel is Come On Over with Christine Schaub, okay? Or Schaub, I don't know how to pronounce
Schaub,
it.
yeah.
Okay. To give you a taste of her videos, right? White Elephant Gift Exchange how-to guide, right? We tested and reviewed 5 oven mitts safe for cooking night. Her whole shtick is just how to have people over as an adult, right?
Okay, I'm already on board. I'm not a hater.
Right?
Yeah.
The production value, the quality of these videos are insane. The best way I could describe it is this woman Christine Schaub. Like her dream was to have an HGTV show.
Yeah.
It didn't work out for her, and she was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna make it work on YouTube."
I'm imagining like even like better, like Babish, like everything's centered.
Yeah,
everything's
it's a
super,
legit
like,
show.
okay.
I went on to watch like other videos for other shit, and I do not plan on having like a wine and cheese night at all in my life. But now I know how to do it.
Now you know how to do it.
It's gonna be lit whenever we fucking get to that, or when one of you guys.
I'll
have
supply
it.
the cheese. Don't worry.
I'll know which cheese to bring. You know.
I'm bringing the cheese.
But point is, I just wanted to shout her out because I just love niche YouTube channels like that, because like you either get the ones that like peter out, they only try it for a little bit. She's been at this for a bit, so this is like her shtick on the internet, and I find that really cool. So I need to find my niche on the internet now. It's like how to teach claymation to children.
Yeah, I feel like everything else already exists. Like you gotta like how to like you can't host a barbecue. Like you gotta be like
how to host a barbecue, buy meat.
Cook about how to host these how to videos.
You want to try that again?
I don't know.
how to make how-to videos. Is that where you're going?
There you go. That's a good one. Yeah, that's gonna be my niche. How to make how-to videos.
Yeah.
There you go. Stay tuned for that. My new original.
Okay, and we're gonna have a behind the scenes of how to do it behind the scenes. Yeah.
It's gonna be you holding a camera while I hold a camera of you holding the camera, and I'm like, this is how we do it.
And you're like uploading the video and shit.
This is getting too crazy. Oh, guys, we got a fun emergency text. My mom just sent Hunter has to use the bathroom. Woo! Play the. Where is he? Is he even there? Oh, he's not even there.
All right, he'll walk through in a few minutes. Don't worry.
He went back upstairs to ask.
Anyway, I'll let her know that the door's open. That was a lackluster. We put on the alert and everything, the alarm. Well, when we see him, it'll come back.
Hell, that was the
It'll
emergency.
be a surprise.
Yeah. Anybody else now? Please. Anybody? I have another thing, but I don't want to be that guy.
I watched 2 shows.
Thank
Go.
God.
I watched
Wow,
2
Jerry,
shows.
let's go, Jerry.
Have you ever? So I was looking for Severance, but I watched Succession instead by mistake. And that's a good first episode.
I mean, those are both good shows.
And then I started watching Severance, but I only got like halfway through because I already watched the whole episode of fucking Succession. But Succession was good, and I was like, I kind of like it better than the first half of Severance. At least.
So I have yet to watch either. I've seen more of Succession than I have of Severance. Like when Succession started winning a bunch of awards, I needed to see what the hype was about, so I started watching scenes online, and that's where I kind of got like the humor and the tone of the show. Severance is one of those shows that's seriously baked. Like it's all about that mystery, like what the fuck is going on feel. And because of that, and also because of the fucking cast of the show, which happens to be a bunch of my favorite actors, I have yet to watch anything about it because I don't want to spoil it. I just know like the basic idea, like the sci-fi element. Woo, 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 he's back. Let's go. But fucking that being said, it's actually one of Mildred's like favorite series that she started. Like she saw season 1 and she's been very excited because season 2 just dropped.
Right.
And that's what we're officially going to start watching after How I Met Your Mother. So I'm very excited to start that.
Yeah.
But I also do want to watch Succession. I love what I've seen of it.
Yeah, I hear about these at work all day, so I was like, fuck it. Let me just
You need the workplace show to watch.
Exactly.
Like I wish I had that. Like when I was like a little kid and I was watching Lost, I was like, fuck. I wish I had a water cooler at school. And then I had Bobby with like mid 2000s comedy movies and Comedy Central Presents. Or Rooster Teeth, and that counts, but there was still that little niche of like that's not a weekly. I guess Let's Play Minecraft is a weekly show, but that doesn't really fall into.
You had that with like Walking Dead with other people in our school, though.
Yeah, I guess, but then even then, like I kind of feel like once like season 5-ish of Walking Dead came around, I'm like I really can't get myself to stay up on a Sunday to watch this.
That's one thing, to be honest. I can't. Jesus Christ, Hunter, just shit. It's fucking.
Bro, you gotta make room. There's a process.
You gotta find the
spot.
That's
Anyway,
the spot.
I was gonna say I don't think I've ever been in a situation where I could like say that I followed a television show when it was like out. You know, like I've never really been a TV guy. And
it's always like binge.
And thinking back to it, I was talking to Mildred recently. There were 2 shows I used to watch with my parents in the 2000s, right? I used to watch Glee, enough that like I didn't watch every episode, but I know like the major plot points. I know all the story elements of the series, you know, like I could tell you what happens with characters and shit. But there's one show that I watched religiously with my parents as a kid that makes absolutely no sense. I watched the shit out of Desperate Housewives.
Okay.
I don't know why. It's like the most non-child show.
I was
of all
actually
time.
gonna guess a different show. I was gonna guess like what's that, like The Doctor or something, like
I was
there's
gonna
all
guess
those
like The Good
American
Wife or
yeah,
some
the
shit
good.
like
That's
that.
what I was gonna say. I thought you were gonna say The Good
We watched
Wife.
American Idol all the time, but that wasn't like a show. I mean, it was,
Everyone,
but
like,
it wasn't.
gather
It wasn't like a
around and
narrative
watch.
series.
Yeah,
it
yeah,
wasn't like you know.
narrative.
And it's funny that you bring that up because it's reminding me that the only reason I used to watch Desperate Housewives in the first place was because we used to watch Extreme Makeover Home Edition with Ty Pennington.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
And then right after that was Desperate Housewives, so we'd watch like the combo back to back. And fun, that show's actually coming back this year.
Okay.
Wow.
New host though, not Ty. I'm kind of upset about it. It was the
I
best
mean,
part
I
of the
don't
show.
want like a 55-year-old
Oh, I thought you
tie.
meant Desperate Housewives is coming back.
No, Extreme Makeover.
I was like, oh wow.
I
No,
don't.
just not the show, just Desperate Housewives.
Desperate Housewives was a weird fucking show. Do you guys know what jumping
Oh
the
my
shark
gosh.
means?
I think I know with this show. I think I know this show. Yeah, continue.
Do you know what jumping the shark means?
Isn't that like jumping the gun? Like you just
like you're doing
just
something
do it.
very
You just like
risque
fuck
and
it, you
wild.
do it.
So you know what? I'm gonna give you guys a little TV history lesson real quick. And
Yes.
for those of you at home who don't know about
It's
it,
a risk.
strap in.
Yeah.
It's basically when you've written a show for a long time, you don't really know what to do, and you write like a really off the wall episode out of nowhere, and more often than not, it's not usually well received.
Yeah.
The term actually comes from an episode of Happy Days where they wrote an episode where Fonzarelli decides that he's gonna jump over a shark in his motorcycle.
Yeah,
which
and it
was
was
like
very
the
out of
most
place.
non-Happy Days shit of all
Yeah,
time.
it was like the household sitcom. Now he's Evil Knievel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Desperate Housewives initially is a story about, I don't know how this became a thing. If you're a fan of the Joystick show, you get something new every week. But Desperate Housewives is about these 5 desperate housewives, but one of them gets murdered, okay? And that woman narrates the series going forward. They're never like shown on camera, or maybe they are in flashbacks, but for the most part, they act as a narrator. The other 4 housewives are the main characters of the series.
Yes.
And season 1, maybe 2, for the most part, is basically about like who killed this woman, who's the murderer. It could be one of the women, it could be one of the husbands, yada, 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 right? But like every season onward, I don't remember off the top of my head how many seasons it has. It was a very popular show. They just did some more like ridiculous shit. One after
Over and
another.
over,
yeah,
yeah,
over
yeah.
and like there was a very early episode for its time with like a mass shooter in a supermarket, and it was supposed to be like this big event, like characters will die on this episode, and it's like, oh shit. You know?
I kind of no, like this is a good point. Like I remember kind of like you would get like that ad, you know, like shoving buddies like in the corner.
Yeah, exactly.
You would get that with Desperate Housewives where it's like a life-changing episode,
Yeah.
and it'd be like, what the fuck is going on the show?
And then I'll never forget it. There was like one season like finale or whatever where like they're having a block party on their cul-de-sac street or whatever, and then a plane just crashes, and I was like, the fuck, they're in the middle of the suburbs, they're not even, you know what I mean? It's just a very weird yeah. So I don't know, but Grey's Anatomy is kind of like that too, but that show's also been on for like 20 plus years.
I have a fucking gripe with Grey's Anatomy.
Tell it to my girlfriend.
I
She's
have
the biggest fan.
I have a gripe with that show because there are already good medical shows, right? Like I know that I just finished watching House with my fiance, which her pace is phenomenal. I don't know how, but she would watch like 8 episodes. I'm like, how the fuck? Like you worked all day. How did you watch 8 episodes, right? So then now I'm like catching up on episodes or whatever, but there's so many good like medical shows that exist in the field. I would even argue that like some of these like CSI Criminal Minds shows with like the autopsy shit is better than most medical shows. Mm-hmm. And Grey's Anatomy is just like, I mean, it's like imagine if you made a soap opera with like $1 million an episode budget. That's what it feels like.
That's the important thing to know, because Dylan pretty much hit it on the head.
That's
and
what
I feel like I'm gonna
feels like.
get some major flack
Yeah.
from my girlfriend for saying this, but I feels like over the years Grey's Anatomy has just become inherently a little more soapy. You know, like it's
I
less
feel like
about.
it's always been soapy.
like
it's
that's the
never.
vibe I
It's
got.
always like, oh, these doctors are fucking, and these 2 doctors don't like each other. And I'm like, can we focus on the fucking, you know, the patient? That's who's important in a hospital. That's who you care about.
We need to care about this guy.
It's like there's no such thing as a Hippocratic oath, you know?
I get that.
Hippo.
Come on, come through for me. Come through for me.
We need to know Gray.
Come through for me. Now you want to be busy? God, that would have been great.
Hey, Bob, later, like another day, I'll like on the, you know. In fact, at the game night, I'll actually pretend I'll read every episode of Grey's Anatomy in depth and pretend to be the biggest fan of Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
He will be.
So I'll have a whole conversation with Mildred.
Do you love Duck Dynasty?
I love Duck Dynasty, bro. I love Duck Dynasty.
That's a good.
What's a show that, like, I remember after like we would leave youth group that everyone would talk about the show, Jersey Shore.
Ugh.
That one was really
You
popular.
watched it, right? GTO?
I watched the first couple of seasons. Yeah, it was good. I mean, it was
first couple seasons. I thought you were gonna say episodes.
No, fuck yeah, no. This was like a fucking phenomenon because it's kind of this thing where now I have this new thing where my new obsession, which I was gonna wait until the end of the episode to talk about this, but my new obsession is everyone's favorite. Like I was watching Court Cam, but watching the actual court shows with my mom the last couple of days. Funniest fucking shit ever. Yeah. So like just watching these programs really, really, brightened my heart. I was watching an episode of a court show where a woman was suing a man on a first date for the date being bad. So
they're all fake though. Like they're like
yes, but
like
this
you can sign up to like fake sue your friends or whatever, and then you all get paid. For it.
There's people who've done it like 5, 6, 7
There's
times.
like that guy who did the video where he like showed it, and he has all the episodes. He's like, here I was in the background, and then here's an episode. That's my best friend. I sued him. We got paid this much money.
Yeah.
And
so this premise was my favorite thing. The premises are always bad. So this was a 2-parter. First part was a man who he paid a shaman in South America to do like one of those like ayahuasca things that's trendy, right? So, and basically he had to leave early and be like airlifted because he like bugged the fuck out and he wanted his money back. And the guy was like, no, you did the drug. Like that, you pay whatever, you can't get a refund. The second part was, like I said, a woman suing a first date because they went on a first date to a cooking class and he ruined her very expensive high heels. And it was a very interesting back and forth because I was on the guy side, but the judge and everyone else was on the woman's side. So essentially, during this cooking class, he like spilled something on like her $400 shoes, and she was suing him for the shoes and also that he made her pay for like half the date or whatever. And basically they were going back and forth because he was like, why the fuck are you wearing like a nice dress and high heels to like a thing? And she's like, I'm trying to impress you, or sweats. And he was like, they said dress for comfort. And it just turned into like and I'm like, you can tell that this is fake. Like they didn't even fucking try to write like a good episode.
Like their puns. It's like, but they said this.
But it was like, they could have, like, for example, if I'm in the writer's room, it's like, oh, my dog came and fucking bit your leg off and now you're suing me for like your leg or whatever in the hospital. Like that is like a written episode, right? Mm-hmm. Not whatever the fuck that was. And in fact, I don't even remember what I was talking about before this. What were we talking about before the fucking court?
Jersey Shore.
Grey's Anatomy and Jersey
Shore. Yes, Jersey Shore was fucking fantastic. Fucking love Jersey Shore. GTL all day. I would actually argue that it was like, it created like a phenomenon. Because like back, like before Jersey Shore, you needed like a premise for your reality show. Right? Like you needed like Big Brother, Survivor. It was a game.
Challenge,
The Bachelor, The Bachelorette. It was like there was a game. There was a prize. You won something. You got fame.
I think the people on Jersey Shore won something.
Jersey Shore. It was just, let's just follow these ridiculous people. And then I remember we were watching a video on the back of the TV here where there was supposed to be a second show that was supposed to go the season after Jersey Shore, where it was essentially a show following 2 women from Staten Island trying to make it big in Manhattan. And that was supposed to be like the rival to Jersey Shore. But Jersey Shore made it so successful that they just canceled that show and never released
more
it.
Jersey Shore. Yeah.
Which it would have been the same show, but like even worse.
I like to think Dylan watched that show and he was like, I could be like them one day. He really saw his own people, his own Italian people on that screen.
Yes, and then and like Jersey Shore just had like some of the best things where it was like there was like a woman that was I think her name was Angelica. She was like one of the females on the show.
Didn't she like get kicked off?
She left like 2 episodes in and she was still on the opening credits every fucking episode. JWoww, Snooki, Angelica. And it's like she's not on the show. She's not existent.
I don't know anything about
And then like
show.
Ronnie, every episode Ronnie would like literally domestically assault Sammy and then not be in jail at the end of the episode.
People used to tell me growing up that I looked like Ronnie, and I didn't appreciate it. I didn't know who he was.
That's like Bobby. Bobby,
when he was bigger, maybe.
No. Like Ronnie now, because when the show was out, you were a little child with a round face.
Ronnie was like the most like brolic dude. So the fact that anyone called
this guy looks like Ricky Martin. He doesn't look like me. What the fuck?
Look him up in 2010 though.
Jersey Shore.
Just brolic and shiny.
Yeah, he was just fucking brolic and shiny, bro.
It's totally me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's totally.
Fucking
Bobby, you are to be. I don't know if this is a compliment, Bobby, but you are far less square than him. You are much less boxy.
You know what I remember on the Jersey Shore topic? I remember who made the song "I Will Catch a Grenade for You."
Bruno Mars.
There we go. Bruno Mars tried suing them, I think, because of the term. He said, "I made that song," and then they got the term "grenade" popular for like as an ugly woman, and everyone's making fun of my song. He says like everyone's like, "I will catch a grenade for you," but I heard that he was like really upset with the cast.
I feel like he should be more upset about his $52 million of debt he's in.
Is that why he's making a song with Sexy Red?
So Bruno Mars owes a Vegas casino around $40 to $50 million, and he currently only gets paid 1% of what he makes from his concerts because all of the rest of the money goes to the casino because he owes them money.
Wow.
That's why he has like a.
That's why he went to Japan and
probably,
had a whole like.
It's probably good
show,
that it's probably good that that's why he's the #1 most listened to artist on Spotify right now. Finally dethroned The Weeknd.
Where it's just like, do we just like? I mean, I feel like it's always a brown guy. Like, no offense, but it's always like a guy whose sound can like go beyond like, you know, it doesn't matter, like they're big in English countries, but they're also not white. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like same with The Weeknd. It's like, what race is he? I don't know, but he sings like he's from the 80s.
Yeah, word.
Oh shit. Fucking last thing I was gonna say on the TV topic was, have you ever heard of Caso Cerrado, Dylan?
I love that show.
Is this is this like a Spanish soap opera?
No, it's a Spanish
court show.
It's a Spanish court show, but it's more like if you mix Judge Judy and Maury Povich.
Oh, okay.
And,
I have seen clips of this.
And
I
the
believe.
one, what's her name? It's like Maria something.
Yeah,
she became so popular that first of all they let her make the theme song to the show, which I think is crazy. Like,
Yo, she raps.
Caso Cerrado. It's amazing. Yeah. And then they brought it to America, and she just does it in English. It doesn't hit us.
Yeah, she does it in English.
It's case closed, and it's literally she speaks in English. She talks with English people.
They gave her own American show. Yeah.
It doesn't hit as hard.
It doesn't. That upsets me low key.
But in typical fashion, it's like the most craziest, ridiculous shit of all. I'd argue even more so than the American stuff you see. Yeah. But yeah,
I feel like they're just running out of ideas to be completely honest.
They've been running out of ideas.
But it's like they can't just rehash the same fake or have real court cases.
Bro, in the past like 5 episodes, we've talked about an American version of Caso Cerrado, Pop Culture Jeopardy, and I'm sure like 2 other fucking
Desperate Housewives.
That was original.
Can we just bring back fucking Bar Rescue, man? Even that was Kitchen Nightmares mixed with.
I'd argue that was our podcast prime, man. We were coming to work real happy. I see we were coming to gather around the table like we're gonna talk about this motherfucker again.
Our primes are so weird. It's like that you wearing an EKG on your head. Like it's like our primes are so fucked, bro. That's like
St. Patrick's
Day because we got linked via an iPad documentary.
Oh man. Last thing I want to talk about, we mentioned at the beginning of the podcast that we said we're gonna shelve video game talk at the end.
Oh yes.
So I guess this is Jesus Christ, Dylan, relax. This is the unofficial video game corner and
the gaming corner. Let me get my neck beard ready.
So
I got my neck beard.
Little gameplay trailer dropped for a game that I'm very excited for, and that is Doom: The Dark Ages. Real quick, did anybody watch that?
Doom 3?
I did not.
I watched it on an Instagram, so it probably wasn't the same feel.
It wasn't the same feel. Wait, did you watch like the whole 10 plus 1?
Yeah.
12? Okay, cool. So, point is, the new Doom game is coming out May 15th, I think. If you're a fan of the Doom games, this one looks really interesting. I am a huge fan. I fucking love Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal, so I've been very, very much waiting for this game since it was announced. And they did like a little direct at id Software where they showed off all of the stuff that they're putting in the game, and this shit looks really cool. what I thought was cool is they kind of break it out into like talking about the combat, talking about the exploration, and talking about the story. So in terms of combat, it's like supposed to be a much more tanky feel. Like it almost feels like they're bringing in Dark Souls elements with like harder enemies to kill and stuff like that, and more like defense tactics, parrying and shit. And what I thought was really cool is they said like they were very intentional with Doom 2016 being a run and gun type game, and with Doom Eternal being a jump and shoot game with the grapple and stuff like that. But Doom the Dark Ages is going to be a stand and fight shooter where you're meant to be standing in the battle zone killing hundreds of enemies coming at you.
Okay.
Which I think is pretty cool. So there's like a whole new melee weapon system where you get like a mace and a gauntlet. You get a shield that you can use defensively, offensively. You can also use it for like parkour and shit like that. So it looks pretty dope.
This sounds like a dev company that knows what they're doing. Like,
no, yeah,
like,
man.
We're gonna do this. They have game plans and everything.
They
and
said, like, at the end of
it.
it, they were like, we've been making Doom games for 20 plus years, so it's like you trust them to keep at it, right?
Yeah.
And it's kind of, you could say the same thing of Gearbox with Borderlands, right? Like they get better every single time in terms of gameplay, at least. But long story short, he gets a 30-foot mech, which is insane, and there's going to be like actual mech levels. He gets a flying dragon with a Gatling gun, which is sick.
That's sick.
All new guns. It takes place in like a medieval ages, so I think a lot of the guns are going to be more like the first time they've ever been shown, which is dope. And then from an exploration standpoint, a lot of the levels are going to be more sandboxy, which I think is cool, like wide, expansive areas that you can go through, explore. It looked kind of, I can't believe I'm comparing it to this, but in terms of the level feel, it kind of reminded me of Immortals of Avium, that like weird magic first-person shooter I played. It has that same kind of like expansive level feel, but while still being Doom with the electric metal guitars and the gore and all that stuff. And then in terms of story, I feel like this, believe it or not, is probably what would like sway Jose out of it, since Jose is such a Doom fan, is that they're really like leaning into the narrative of the Slayer and stuff. And Jose has said in the past that he really likes how they keep that stuff more mysterious. You know how like Doom doesn't talk, or you rarely ever see his face and shit like that.
I mean, that's the thing. There's a story without like
telling a story,
a narrative.
Yeah,
like there's not like much dialogue. If there is, it's like kind of
like knowing them. I'm sure they're still gonna keep it very like I'm not expecting the Slayer to start like having full on conversations out of anywhere.
It's actually a Telltale game. You're like,
but there's gonna be like legitimate cutscenes now that help push the story forward, because if you played 2016 or Eternal, those games actually don't really have cutscenes, like maybe like a handful throughout the whole game, and a lot of the lore you actually have to find out either just by like listening to people talk through missions or finding like the codexes and reading that shit.
Oh yeah, we love the original voice, log that explains to you the story.
Yo, Navi, bro.
Yeah,
that's
Navi, or the Borderlands 1, the fucking recordings. Like every game has some form of like, here's a recording that he teaches you what we didn't want to teach you.
Yeah, word.
Yeah, BioShock does that too.
But I'm excited for Doom the Dark Ages. I want to play that like right now, but I have to wait 4.5 months, something like that. But it's cool. There's some cool stuff coming out from now till then. Got a little Captain America movie coming out. The Oscars are in March. I'll be entertained. I'm fine. I still got Marvel Rivals. We're gooch.
Yeah, I've hopped on the wave.
I know Dylan's with it. Dylan's on it with us. Feels good. We're just waiting for Joey. We're just waiting for you to join us for a 4-stack, and the whole team can get together and actually win some fucking games.
Win everything, because
Exactly.
we're all the good people at the game.
Communicate.
Jerry's saying that kind of jokingly, but I know he means it. I know he really means it, because I mean it. I really do. There's some people who fucking honestly shouldn't own a video game console, but that's just more my anger.
I feel like that
mentality
goes for
talking.
like any free-to-play game.
Homie, I played Marvel Rivals yesterday for 2.5 fucking hours. I started at gold 62. I ended at gold 26, and I just went back and forth for 2 and I kept fooling myself. I was like, after this game, I'm gonna get off,
Yes.
and then I win, and I'm like, well, now I have to play till I lose, and then I lose, but I'm like,
Bro,
but I had the Chrono Shield, so it was a free loss.
I'm a legend at that. No matter what ranked game I play now, like even like Sinoturnal ranked, right? Like I'll play like 2 games, I'll win, and I'll be like,
done.
Yeah.
new game, different gameplay now. But yeah, no, I'm used to that rank grind. But a lot of ranked games are like that. You win a game and you're like, oh, this is great, and then your next game, you just got a guy shooting the wall, like, like against the wall, and you're like, I'm not winning this fucking game.
You message him like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, the only game I really went hard for ranked was Apex, and funny enough, that's a game I don't even play.
That game is
That's
hard.
hilarious.
Fuck
that
that
you
game.
said that.
Wait, what rank were you in
about
Apex?
EA earlier?
I was platinum.
Oh shit! Damn.
I was platinum in Apex back in like season 2,
man.
and then
I didn't
just
know that I
stopped.
was platinum in Apex, to be honest.
I got to diamond once, and that was it. Like last season.
My thing was like I hate to say it, I probably have well over 2,500 hours in Apex.
Yeah.
I never played ranked. I always just played quick matches or like the public matches. I probably played ranked like 3 seasons out of the 17 or 18 seasons.
I would say my best ranked game was probably like
Overwatch.
No, for me,
Yeah,
MLB.
that doesn't count.
MLB.
Nah,
it has a
Rocket League.
ranking. What do you
but
mean? It
Dylan,
doesn't
it's-
fucking count.
Dylan, how many fucking people are playing MLB this show?
Fucking, it's like the nut, bro. It's
Yeah,
like
mad people play
There's a lot of
that.
people that play.
I don't know.
a lot.
I'm not
right now.
I'm not discrediting.
Right now,
you.
no
It's-
one's playing it.
I'm not
Right
discrediting.
now,
you.
no one is
It's-
playing that
it's
shit.
still
I will-
impressive,
I
but if
will-
we're talking in comparison to other games,
I mean-
I would low key take like your high 3,400 or whatever you got in Overwatch and say that that's low key more impressive.
No,
than
his
higher
Rocket
percent.
League.
That
Good point. No, you're
Jerry
right.
nailed
About
it.
Jerry's 100%
Jerry
right.
nailed it.
And also, it's more impressive when it's like a multiplayer game because
Yeah.
baseball is always one-on-one. It's a little different when it's a one-on-one.
Yeah.
I will give you that. A one-on-one ranking is a little bit different.
Yeah.
Yo, I want GTA 6 to have rank. I will do it.
It probably will have some kind of ranked.
I'm gonna do it.
At this point,
I
I would be
do that.
surprised if there's something that's out there in a game that GTA 6 doesn't have, like, in some way.
Yeah.
Like, there was fucking golf in GTA 5. You know,
That's
like
some
me and Bobby would legitimately go
No.
onto GTA 5 and be like, "You want to go play golf?" And
We'll
we would
play
go
9
fucking
holes
go
and fucking-
play 11 holes in golf.
Yeah, no, and in fact, I would make the argument
It
that
makes us sound so sad. But
No.
I look back at that and I was like, we were having.
It wasn't
good
bad.
time.
no,
Good
in fact, no, I would
golfing.
make the argument that GTA was like one of the better golf games. There's like a viral
No,
video
yeah, it was.
of a guy of a kid, and he shows his dad pretending that that's the new PGA,
Yeah.
and his dad's flipping the fuck out. He's like, "You can go to the golf cart," like he was
Yeah, I
bugging
did
out.
see
He was like
that.
going crazy, and I was like, "It looks like a good fucking
Yeah.
game. It works."
Yeah, but
Bring back bowling from GTA 4,
Bro, I think they'll have every sport, man.
You get shot put.
Florida, they'll have high allies.
You think online works day one?
Tag.
No. Online is not working day one.
All right. Fucking, you ready for some songs? Ready? Where's the graphic? I'm gonna try to time it.
Jump
Jimmy!
My song is La La La.
It's a great song, Jerry. Is that original? Those
Yeah.
original lyrics that you wrote? My jam of the week is gonna go to a song called "Baby Blue" by Miles with all capital letters. It's a jam. It's a jam. It's really good. Actually, I take that back. The I is not capital, so it's a lowercase I, but the rest are capital letters. So shout out to Miles.
Nice. My yam of the week is from a band I've chosen before. It is a brother duo named Brevin Kim, and the song is "Boys Night."
Cool.
It's like the first half is like an auto tune. Think of like that Bo Burnham auto tune song, and then the second half is just EDM.
Okay.
So it's fire.
Interesting.
Haven't been listening to music, but Fortnite added this song, kind of old, kind of niche, by this band called Panic at the Disco, and it's I Write Sins, Not Tragedy. So I can't. And you know what's funny? They didn't censor it, so I'm calling people whores on Fortnite.
Is that an indie band?
It's small.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Small.
Never heard of them.
It's probably only a couple people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just going around going whore.
Less or more people than Ryan Dog.
What's this guy's name? Brandon Urine?
Yeah,
I bet he's a fucking Jehovah's or something, bro.
Something like that.
yeah.
It's probably from Las Vegas, Nevada, and totally not Summerlin, Nevada. I love that.
All right. My band of the week is gonna be a band called Turnstile.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's a good band.
That's a Dylan band.
It's a song
That's a
called
Dylan band.
Holiday.
It's always a nice, chill name, and then you listen to the song, and it doesn't sound like a holiday. I
Yeah,
bet.
he's
more
screaming
angry.
like
Yeah.
fucking Rage
It's actually compared to the rest of their discography, it's actually a chiller one. It actually is a chiller one.
Gotcha.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
All right. Thanks for watching the Joystick Show, episode 224. I had fun. I had a good one. You know,
This was
talked
nice.
a lot of
Yeah.
TV. Was not expecting that, considering I don't watch TV at all.
Yeah.
But you know, subscribe.
Yeah,
Like,
comment your favorite terrible TV show.
Yeah, and
Cerrado.
Bobby, can you edit him like flipping, like flipping a pancake? Like a wok, like a Japanese wok, like a stir fry.